Oh, woman, no cry. No, woman, no cry. Little darling, don't shed no tears. No, woman, no cry. Good friends we are, and good friends we are.
Welcome back to the channel again as we get ready to talk about and welcome you to Wakanda. Very rarely does a sequel live up to the original. And with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, how was the MCU going to uphold his legacy and give us a new Black Panther? How was Black Panther 2 going to see me or rise to the same success of the first Black Panther? What do you think, my co-host, Miss Alicia Journey? Did you enjoy your second journey to Wakanda?
I enjoyed my second journey to Wakanda.
Did you fight some aliens?
Yes. We cannot tell you who they were because it's a secret.
Yeah, who knows? You might be a Dora Milaje just spying on me today. I keep my trusty sword just in case I need it.
You never know.
But, man, it was very, very emotional from that opening scene where they show highlights from the movie, then talking about the way how he passed in a similar manner to how he died in real life was emotional, and just seeing the raw emotions from the cast in that funeral, it really, really touched me. How do you feel?
It was an actual real homage to and a tribute to not only the Black Panther as a character, but actually at Chadwick Boseman as well. So they actually really did stay true to what really happened to him in real life.
And I just think about how everybody grieved. Some grieve instantly, others, like how his sister didn't give up until the end to try to figure out how to get that healing herb that was, destroyed in the first movie by Killmonger, and the mom having to be strong after losing her husband in Civil War, and then losing him. I mean, man, not only did she have the weight of the nation on her shoulder, she had to be strong for her daughter as well and for herself.
Exactly.
And, having to also stand up to the other nations trying to take the vibranium, and Namor using the cover after she had threatened the leaders and exposed their plot to try to break into one of Wakanda's labs. Namor was able to go in, kill some of the scientists, and escape and pin the blame on the Wakandans.
Yes. We don't want to tell you too much before you get to see it because we don't want to spoil
Everything. Why don't you tell the next part?
Well, but tell the next part it might. But this is where you introduce a new Marvel character, and I will not tell you that character's name because I want you to see it for itself. But it's a girl, and she is a new character. She's not really new in the fandom of if you follow Marvel superhero characters. She's not like a A-list superhero, but she is in the, well, is she? Because there's an A-list superheroes are like Batman,
I
Superman,
wouldn't call
Spider-Man.
her A-list just yet, but the way how they handle her. Are we doing a spoiler? You want to do it as a spoiler? You just want to, or you just want to just pass through?
Oh, we can pass it through. I mean,
you just want to pass through and go everything. So
I mean, for real Marvel fans who know
the character that they introduced, I felt they introduced her better in the movie than she was done in the comics,
Totally agree.
because the dynamic that she had with our new Black Panther versus the interaction she had with the hero who she took inspiration from, to me, it touched more because it showed that Black excellence, that Black girl magic. And just
Black
seeing
excellence.
the parallel between those two characters, I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to do it. And then I also thought about how they introduced another character, and somebody who I forgot in the comics, but I was like, wow, they really went into that Black Panther mythos. And I thought that when you did look at Shuri becoming Black Panther, I was like, how are they going to do it? In Infinity War, they teased the Lady Liberators. I'm like, okay, maybe Black Panther 3 will see her become the Black Panther. But they were able to tie everything together, and especially like, if you've read the comics, you know that rivalry between Wakanda and Atlantis has always been strong, and traditionally it's been T'Challa who's had that problem with Namor. But you can't also forget that in the comics, Shuri has also had her problem with Namor. So seeing that rivalry in the callbacks to the comics, and it just played out so well, left me with raw emotion. It was just like, it really just had me hooked on this story. And I was like, Namor, Marvel's first superhero, versus the Black Panther. And that dynamic throughout the movie of seeing how they started off from that first interaction to that second to that third, the raw emotion that Shuri showed, like, I don't want to spoil too much, and she want to stop me from over spoiling, but man, it got real. Like, I'm really going from the beginning to the end, just bouncing back, and I'm just like, that fight. And when she went to the ancestral plane, so she's going to that plane, seeing that room, our boy just sitting down. I ain't gonna tell you who she saw. Sat down, told her, what's up?
But I'll say, bring your tissue because you'll need it. It's a wonderful movie. I'll say it is a sequel that is tied with the first movie. And lots of times you see movies that the sequels are not living up to it. But I'll say, to the writers, the producers, the videographers, everybody that's on the team, the actors, everybody who down to the story writers, and it's phenomenal. They did a phenomenal job. It lived up to the standards of the Black Panther 1, the first Black Panther. And I'm continuing to see great things, and I'm hoping for it to continue because it is Black people's pride and joy to see a superhero, different superheroes that look like us, that, portray Black excellence, and, not always the worst of the worst, but Black excellence. And I really believe that a lot of the characters in this movie, a lot of different people can relate to different characters in this movie. Like, in different aspects of certain things, you'll see little things here and there for different characters. You can see little stuff, and you can kind of understand why people think this way. And it depends on who. Like I always say, like, the villain, air quote when I say villain, it depends on how you look at them. And I like how it makes you think, like, well, some people might say villain, but then it looks like the superhero and the villain all have the similar backstory, kind of. And it's kind of like their motivation is almost a similar motivation for the superhero as well. So it's kind of like, the way you look at it, like, can you look at them as villain, or you can look at them as a not villain. Depends on how, you look at it, because of their backstory. It helps give you a good reason why of things. So that's all I'm saying, and it is really, really, it just it gives you peace. To me, it also gives you peace in your own life because it makes you think about things that happen that you can relate to. When I say relate to, stuff going on in your own life or somebody you know, and it can help you release things in your own life. Like everybody have lost someone loved in their life in one way or another, and you know you think about it, and it helps give you peace when they were just telling you how to let it go, how to give you peace, and you rethink about how they did it. It can give you peace as well, and that's my spiel on Wakanda Forever.
Just a few other things I just wanted to highlight. This was the final film in Phase 4, and you touched on the element of everything that movie brought. Like, for me, Black Panther 1, and I'm a little upset we didn't get a chance to actually review the first Black Panther movie, but just seeing Chadwick Boseman portray that character and bring that character to the big screen, it was such an emotion. It was like almost seeing the president get elected and seeing how he literally walked into that role, how he owned it, defined the Black Panther, just like Robert Downey Jr. did for Iron Man. Just really stood out for me, and what he showed, our young black men, what the Black Panther stood for and showed, and how he walked into it and just owned that role. How Chadwick Boseman has always lived his life, and how he's owned each of these roles. It was just like, this is our Black Panther. This is the king. Wakanda forever, united the tribes, fought Thanos, and just seeing him be calm, cool, collected. Man walked in, literally walked into that role, and it's like, oh man, this is T'Challa. We've been waiting for this for a while. It really set an example. And for this second movie, where she became Black Panther, I said this is for the queens, but also at the same time honoring him and to uphold that legacy. If they do a Black Panther 3, I'm just like, what's next? And another thing I wanted to say, going forward for the future phase, not going to say which phase, they also teased a nod to Secret Invasion.
They did.
So, we'll join you next time together or separately on our own channels. She also has her own channel, Alicia's Life Journey. Any last comments?
Yes. So I'm Alicia's Life Journey. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on Lee's Champions Podcast. Also, subscribe to his channel, click that notification, hit that thumbs up like button, because every time you hit that like button, it pushes our video to the algorithm to help us get more views, and it helps benefit us. So if you really enjoy this content, we do appreciate you, and don't forget to subscribe to Lisa's Life Journey as well, and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We do appreciate you both.
Yes, and last I'm gonna say, well, she stopped me earlier. We're also gonna do a more in-depth view potentially with comedian See No Evil, so be on the lookout for that before the week is up. Hopefully we can get that out. If not, we'll try to get it out by next week. And we thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Go out, see Black Panther 2. Leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite part of the movie is. Which character did you like introduce? Like how she mentioned with that particular character. If you've read the comments, tell us which version do you prefer. The MCU version or the comic version? All right. Bye now.